Hello out there in YouTube and podcast land. If you listen on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, thanks for listening. All right, this is our spoiler review for Avengers Endgame. So we gave everybody time to actually watch it.
You had a whole weekend.
Yeah, this is going to be posted on Tuesday. So hopefully that you watched it.
Yeah.
If you didn't watch it, just a warning, you can stop this. We do have another podcast episode talking about our predictions, which potentially could have some spoilers, but it's not giving you the
It's not going to full plot. Yeah, so.
Okay. So, what's your thoughts of Endgame? You want to go first?
I'll go first. With me, like we was discussing this already prior to doing the episode, but pretty much most of the theories that if anybody ever watched our previous podcast episode, it kind of gave me justification on some of the theories that we had on a previous podcast. If you haven't listened to it, the link will be in the description as well from prior to that, or it will be listed on the page. But if you have followed that episode and you go to see the movie, you'll see the theories, why we came up with the theories we came up for that.
Yeah.
But
we was pretty close.
Yeah,
we was pretty close. I mean, like we probably was like 65-70% right. Yeah. Most of the plot. Yeah. But okay.
But as far as the movie, it is a good. I still say it's top 3 as far as Marvel movies since.
Were you gonna start it off? Phase 1?
Since phase 1.
Beginning of phase 1?
I probably would say phase 2. Since Winter Soldier, Winter Soldier's still number 1 to me. That's still overall the best Marvel movie to me.
If I had to do my top 4,
I'm saying Guardians of the Galaxy. If we're going top 4, I'm going Winter Soldier, Guardians of the Galaxy, 1, Infinity Wars, now this.
Okay, if I had to do my 4,
but honorable mention would be Black Panther and Civil War. Those are my honorable mentions.
Okay, mine's a little bit different. Number 1, I put Winter Soldier. Number 2, I put Infinity War. Number 3, I put Endgame. Number 4, I put Iron Man, the first one.
Oh yeah.
The original Iron Man that's probably one of the best one from Phase 1.
It's a start off.
Yeah.
It's like
I would say Iron Man from Phase 1.
Yeah.
Number 5, I mean, we were honorable mentions. I put Black Panther. For Guardian of the Galaxy, I like Guardian of the Galaxy. It was the first one, the second one.
Because it was nobody knew what to expect from that.
Yeah, okay,
you know okay. So Guardians of the Galaxy probably will always be in the top 5.
The first Avenger was pretty good too.
Yeah.
No, I'm not gonna forget about the first Avenger.
I kind of put Avengers like how Dark Knight is with the Batman movies. I kind of don't put them in the same category because they a jointed cast. So
what was your first impressions of Endgame?
I loved it. I really did love it. Man, that's like any other movie, like we keep saying before, if you heard any of our old prior reviews, and no movie's gonna be perfect.
No such thing as a perfect movie.
There's no such thing as a perfect movie. But for me, I think they hit the points that I thought they hit, but it's still a little bit, we still need to find out a little bit. You know what I'm saying? As far as the Infinity Stones and how the whole Infinity, basically the quantum realm aspect of it, it's still a lot they gotta cover from that. So as far as the movie itself though, they hit everything as far as the head, as far as how the quantum realm and time travel worked. And how technically something that tragic could happen, but then they could still find a way to bring it back to the perfect, I ain't gonna say perfect, but to the manageable situation. So that's how I'll put it.
Okay. All right. So my impression was I liked it. So I'm going to start off from the first act was pretty slow. I understand they needed to slow this. They needed to build up. It was showing more the human side of the comic book characters, like the heroes. Well, it was showing them getting over grief.
Yep.
And I mean, yeah, that's the first act. The first act was pretty slow, but also about this movie, if you was sitting in theaters you probably wouldn't even notice it was 3 hours.
Exactly. I was about to say that too. Yeah.
I still manage my liquid intake before going into this film. And then the second act and the third act was great.
Yeah.
They leading up to more action.
Yeah.
But we was pretty much just right for the most part on the end game for the most part.
Yeah. But all right, continue on to your first act when you were saying about the first act.
Mm-hmm.
The thing that got me was that about the first act of the movie was the fact that this is the first time they actually had to deal with defeat. They always caught the guy or always beat who they had to beat.
It was that, but the first act, just the opening scene, I'm gonna give a spoiler. Dun dun dun, spoiler, this is spoiler. When Hawkeye with his family disappearing while he was teaching her how to like shoot the bow and arrow.
Actually becoming Hawkeye. Yeah.
That was really sad. So that put him in a dark place. That's potentially how he became Ronin.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then showing him becoming Ronin. Mm-hmm. Then going from the beginning of that to them going to find where Thanos is at. Mm-hmm. Everybody's gonna kill Thanos, but then now they gotta think about the fact that how we gonna get the stones back. Cause they thought he still had the stones, but if you look at it, you could clearly see the stones had an effect on him.
Yeah, because you see he's burning his arm.
Yeah, it burned his arm up. His face was burned. He barely could stand, technically, at this point. He's rejuvenating himself at this point. Mm-hmm. It was funny that they like literally was getting him while he's making his breakfast. But outside of that,
yeah, potential. That was a spoiler.
Yeah. So it
had a good balance. It had some action, some sadness, some funny parts, especially Thor with his out of shape body. Yeah. Was that one that was Where Are They Now and they fell off?
That's depression at all time.
Nah, Thor looked like one of those hot chicks from high school that you saw like at a reunion that fell completely off. Like 3 kids. Yeah. She looked like she been through the Iraq War and everything. She just looked bad. Like that's how he looked. He looked pretty bad at that.
He did. But you also gotta think about from his standpoint.
I understand.
He lost part of his population. Mm-hmm. He lost his home. Then his home is gone. Then he's trying to move them to another home, and they stopped. Mm-hmm. They got stopped by Thanos because Loki had the freaking Tesseract on the goddamn ship.
Well, yeah, that's true.
And then, like I said, go from there. Half of the people did escape, but only 25% of them left.
Yeah, that's true. Left. So half of them got away, then Thanos snapped his finger, then half of those people, which is 25%. Yeah. Well, yeah, that's so pretty much. If you want to do the math game.
Yeah, like that makes you want to drink and be overweight like a motherfucker.
How do you feel about Professor Hulk? This is a spoiler. So Professor Hulk is.
I already knew to expect because they already like spoiled him, and when they announced him, like.
I guess that's a different viewpoint of Hulk. Do you think this fit into the storyline?
Yeah, it did.
I'm on the fence, so it was okay.
I wish I would have seen more aggressive out of him, like a more aggression. Yeah, I want to see like somewhat of the old Hulk, but Professor Hulk always been like that. So it's kind of been like the thing where he knew how to balance out both. So it was like he's still aggressive, but he still was smart about it. So it is I kind of like that character though.
Okay. That's going on to the plot though. I'm not trying to spoil it, but Endgame sort of took the plot from Back to the Future 2. Yeah. They had to go back in time to change it, but they couldn't mess anything up. In my opinion, that's what they did. Yeah. So, not trying to go too much into detail, just briefly. So, what they did was go back in time to previous movies when the Infinity Stones was developed.
Previous timelines in the movie.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So throughout the show, they went to Guardian of the Galaxy. They went back to New York when it was like 3 Infinity Stones. And what else they went? They went to Baltimore.
I forgot the planet when they got the stone from Star-Lord. I forgot the name of that planet.
Yeah, I forgot that. I think they. Don't quote me on that. I can't remember the exact planet name, but I know they got him like right as soon as he got in.
And knocked him out.
Knocked him out. It was a little funny.
Yeah.
Because he was all jamming.
Yeah, they got clack right in the head. you know, like I said, 3 stones in New York City.
And they used the quantum realm, and Tony Stark's figured it out how to get the
quantum realm, yeah.
which is pretty good.
Yeah, but like I said, it kind of like took away a little bit of credit from Ant-Man though.
So that took away from Ant-Man.
Because he was already in there. He already knew.
Ant-Man was dead, but he didn't know how to like
he didn't know how to get out.
it or how to go to a certain point in time.
He didn't.
Tony Stark figured out. He
just opened it. He opened it.
He like threw him a good assist, and Tony Stark hit the game winner.
Yeah.
If you want to do it like that, if you want to do that sports analogy.
But let's not get it wrong. Tony Stark's probably working on that shit forever. Like he probably
was working. I'm pretty sure he been working.
He's trying to fake the whole family man thing, and then he's like,
he did.
I figured it out. Like
he did figure it out. He was acting like I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah,
he's acting like.
But in the back of his mind, he's like, yeah, I got.
He's like,
I got
boom, got it.
Yeah. But yeah, man, like. I like the way how they broke down the quantum realm and how they broke it down to him going to each timeline.
Mm-hmm.
They had to do it at some point.
What I liked about it was when they went back in time, all to the existing movie, they did it from a different angle.
Yeah.
So we saw it from a different angle.
Like them actually going in time travel. Like
you
seen when the Hulk was bashing everything from Avengers 1. Mm-hmm. You seen when they when Steve Rogers was getting built to be Captain America. You seen the fact that Loki got captured. Like you seeing that. You seen how the Soul Stone could be achieved. Could be retrieved. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And which that was kind of like a fucked up scene, but
we'll get to that later. We'll talk about that next.
Yeah, but like just how they speak, bringing in Guardians of the Galaxy Part 1 and 2, bringing like all of these, the Ancient One for Doctor Strange, which that was a big part.
Yeah,
that was a big part.
Yeah,
because she was on the verge of getting Doctor Strange to come to be the sorcerer, because she was like, he was going to be the best of us. She started second guessing it, but also at the same time, she was like, if he says it,
yeah, I agree with you.
You know, if he says it, I had to go with what he said, because he is the sorcerer. He is the best sorcerer out here. So, I mean, it's a lot, man. It was a lot, but if you follow the MCU in general, bits and pieces will come back to you like that. And that's what happened in this movie. Like, bits and pieces came back. You're like, oh, now this is coming to me. And I see why the Ancient One had to hold on to the stone. I see why they had to go to Vermeer to get the Soul Stone. See why they had to get Peter Quill before he got the stone. Because at that time, they had to get him before Thanos, Ronan, and Nebula had to.
I was gonna segue into that. Only part I mean is somewhat a point I didn't like, especially with Nebula when they went back in time and
when they joined it.
I guess she had good Wi-Fi or some type of signal.
That
was the only part I really didn't like about the story.
Yeah.
Then Thanos knew the whole plot, and then that led up to the whole battle scene.
Yeah. But the thing was this, like I think what the thing with Nebula was the fact that for her. Because I kind of had to think about it like after the movie and just thinking about it. This is just my thinking. I'm not saying this everybody thinking about. My thinking was for Nebula, I think they should have tricked her. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, say you're going here just in case type of thing. Cause you're going back in time.
That was a little curveball though.
Yeah, it was.
That was a little curveball.
Because you are going back in time, and you don't know who you're going to run into at this. Like, we seen Captain America run into his own goddamn self. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
And this is
then they swapped out the 2014 Nebula with the current one, and that makes
sense though.
Yeah, that makes sense. It makes sense. But now to that's the only part I really didn't like about the story. I was like, well, I guess because they had to do it because Thanos had to figure out
how they gonna do it. Yeah, but it was just weird. Like, it was kind of weird. Like you said, it was a curveball because it was because it came out of nowhere. Like, she was about to go back, jump back, and then she felt the.
Yeah, it was like just.
It was random.
I didn't. That's the only part I didn't like. That was like a little hole in the story.
Yeah.
But let's talk about
break that down. Like how her memories
I mean,
10 to
well,
something.
technically, it somewhat is. I can understand. Okay, let's think about it logically. We might be going off a little, but
Yeah, but it's cool.
the 2019 comes to 2014.
Mm-hmm.
So she's from the future. So 2014 will have the memories leading up to 2019.
Yeah.
So technically, it makes sense to a degree. To a degree.
To a degree, though.
I'm thinking about it logically. And you also got to throw movie logic. Movie logic don't necessarily have to make sense, but that's the only logic I can get behind why would they go that route.
Oh, yeah. I'll go with that.
That's the best way I can explain it.
I mean, yeah, because I was like, it's kind of weird. Like she's literally got the stone. She's right there about to jump back and get the joint back. And they say, no, she stops and get kidnapped. Like, you know what I mean? But, you know.
Because they had to figure out the segue Thanos back into it.
Yeah, and that was the only way it really was her.
Because they wanted to redo the battle.
Yeah.
For Thanos. Yeah. Thanos was pretty badass in this joint, too.
Without the goddamn...
He was actually pretty good without the gauntlet.
Yeah, he was. And then, Lord behold, motherfuckers just stopped coming left and right.
Yeah.
Which Nebula kind of helped her out because he wasn't gonna make it till, you know, before Hulk did the snap.
Yeah.
So you know, which they successfully did another gauntlet. So
yeah, they did one. Also, let's talk about these deaths.
Which we pretty much call like 2 of them.
We called like 2 of them. Technically 2 of them.
Yeah.
So let's start up with Black Widow and Hawkeye going.
That was a shocker.
But you had to figure this out. I figured this out. If they was going to retrieve the Soul Stone, someone would have to make a sacrifice for the Soul Stone.
Yeah. That's what like when they went to Vermin, I was like, why would they send the 2 people that?
What they should have did was they should have sent Thor and some beer so Thor can sacrifice his beer. So then Thor can come back. I'm joking. It was a bad joke. Bad joke. I'm trying to think of someone. Who they could have sent.
They could have sent somebody else though, for real.
But what if they sent some people that didn't really care about each other?
Then that would have
been pointless, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that's true.
So technically,
it worked out.
It was a setup. It was a setup. So Black Widow, if you spoiler alert, Black Widow sacrificed herself. But it was like a battle because they was fighting.
They was fighting.
And she was like, "Let me go" and stuff like that.
Truthfully, Hawkeye wanted to go because his family was already gone.
Mm-hmm.
So you know him, he was like, I ain't got nothing to live for at this point.
In my opinion, it made more sense for Black Widow to sacrifice then, because Hawkeye, because if they able to bring everybody back, he can go back to his family. Black Widow have no family. She has nobody. So it would make better sense for her to sacrifice herself.
Yeah.
Because
but it was a hell of a goddamn battle.
Yeah, man.
It was a hell of a battle.
No more Scarlett Johansson in that cat suit.
One more time, though. One more time. Prequel, but
I'm
more time.
talking about the phase 4.
Phase 4, nah, she done.
Nah, I want to see her in that Cat Williams. Don't judge me. Don't judge me.
And you got that's
Scarlett Johansson. I'm joking. I'm joking, guys. I'm joking.
Tony Stark. That was probably the most hurtful.
Tony Stark was very painful.
Yeah.
Very painful.
Because he's the starter. Like you know what I'm saying?
But Doctor Strange did allude to that.
Yeah, he did.
Remember when they was fighting, he was like,
he said
he said one possible way. He said, if I tell you,
it ain't gonna happen.
And it's not going to happen. In my opinion, that was alluding to he's probably going to have to sacrifice himself. And the previous movie, Infinity War,
he said he had to be alive for him to even.
So technically, that was the only way. Because if he would have died, then he wouldn't be able to stop it.
And then with Spider-Man, Captain America, really, but.
No, because I think it was Tony technology that helped. It was like he was the key component. It was like it's more to it than just it's Tony.
Because it couldn't be Hulk. Because Hulk couldn't really. It had to be Tony Stark. Because you know
it was a combination of both of them working together.
Yeah, but Tony Stark won.
Technically, Captain America died as a character.
Not
he didn't physically die. So if you didn't know, Captain America went back in time.
Return the Stones.
But he decided to stay and live his life.
Yeah.
Which, I'm going to throw a curveball out here.
That wasn't a comment.
Curveball out here. Since Cap went back in time to change the timeline, so in my opinion, I think that opened up for other Marvel characters like X-Men.
Yeah.
That's what I think that's what they was alluding to, where they was going into.
Yeah. Because I think by him doing that, now you opening up pretty much a can of worms for Marvel Universe. Because you got Fantastic Four, X-Men, Silver Surfer,
Yep.
Deadpool, Export. Like you got all these characters.
That's what I said when he went
there.
back, because you got to remember Shield was pretty much built based on Captain America.
Yeah, and he's the first like he's literally the first Avenger.
Yeah.
And by him living out his life, and let's not forget the fact that Loki took the Tesseract again.
Yeah.
That version of it though.
Yeah. So when they went back in time, they made a mistake. Loki got away with the Tesseract. And that, in my opinion, changed the timeline for Loki so he didn't die.
Yeah.
So technically Loki
is alive right
is
now.
still should be alive. Correct us if we could be wrong. So comment, we could be completely wrong about that. But
so the thing that could have happened I mean, the thing in Asgard still happened. But as far as Loki, he wasn't on the ship. Like he out of there.
Because he changed the timeline
Yeah,
of
he changed
everything.
the timeline. So yeah,
But do you like how they explain time travel though?
yes, that was like that's probably one of the best ways you could pretty much just.
So when you go back in time, you just change your timeline.
Yeah.
Other things can change.
Yeah, everything can change if you. That's why I think they were saying, whatever you see, do not get distracted, because if you distracted, you distract the timeline.
Mm-hmm.
If you see your old self, like when Captain America saw himself and he had to fight himself,
Mm-hmm.
it really ain't gonna mess with the timeline because of two things. One, he thought he was Loki.
Mm-hmm.
Two, he already knew his own. He knows himself. And let's not forget he had the interest, the infamous line in the elevator that just caught everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Hail Hydra.
Yeah, Hail Hydra. I was like, oh shit. I forgot. This is around the time when.
You know what I thought when he got into it? I thought they was gonna redo that scene.
That's what I thought too.
If anybody want to get out, then I was like, oh no, they're not gonna do that. This is before that.
Yeah, this
way before that.
Because that's when they got this. That's when they got the spectrum. Now but the funny thing, we always wondered what happened after they defeated Loki from.
Yeah, but it did give her how they
did it, like how they captured the sculpture, how they got the Tesseract, how they managed to do everything all in one.
Yeah, because that's explained a lot, like for Civil War,
Yeah.
like leading up to Civil War in the back. A lot of people didn't know that.
Yeah,
That was like a prequel to Civil War. Or he gave an idea what happened.
Yeah.
Went behind the scenes.
yeah, like that was like one of the startup points, really. You know, that's why I say you had to watch Civil War before you watch.
Yeah, man. But Iron Man hurt. That was
hurt.
very painful that he passed away.
But at the same time, it was like an end of an era, though. Phase 1.
So how do you feel Sam is the new
Oh, I already knew that was gonna happen.
Captain America?
I knew that was gonna happen.
We was talking about this earlier. It makes sense for Sam to be the new
because
Captain
of the
America.
fact they changed the character of Winter Soldier prior to Black Panther.
Yeah.
They already changed
It
them.
wouldn't make sense for Bucky to be
Exactly. At
be
this
the new
point,
guy.
no.
In my opinion, it wouldn't make sense.
It wouldn't make no
In
sense.
the Marvel Cinema Universe, it wouldn't make any sense.
Not right now. Hell no. They might switch him out and make him the third one now, but nah. Bucky, no. Even though he's the closest one to him, even he knew he couldn't be Captain America at this point. So go ahead, be White Wolf for Black Panther, and we go from there.
Okay.
You know.
And what we give your ratings for?
Oh, let's talk about the final battle scene. Then we can get the ratings. The fact that they actually pulled the infamous Captain America holding Thor's hammer. Finally.
Yes. I forgot about to mention that.
They finally did it. I was
They finally did it. Well, he saw the lifted on Age of Ultron.
Exactly. But he lifted it, though.
He lifted the Lord.
But now he can fully.
I'm shocked. I was like, he used that joint?
Yeah, I was like, they had it in the comic before. But I was like, I don't think they will use it now because Captain America is kind of like this, like patriotic power being. Like he don't need a hammer. When they actually show him lifting that joint, and it kind of had that Star Wars Force Awakening where you saw the hammer coming, but it went past Thor. You like, so who gonna grab? Oh shit!
Oh, this guy.
And he can do the powers.
Yeah.
He had the powers of the joint. I was like, hey, yo, this about to be crazy. like this about to be crazy.
Well, just don't. Thor is a perfect example if you let yourself go. I'm about to Don't be that.
That's that. I'm happy in my relationship week.
That's that. I'm married and happy. I don't need it again. Thor had that whatever I pay for, the beach is. I don't need a beach body. When I pay for it, the beach is gonna get whatever I give it.
Yeah. Oh, and the other thing about the final battle, then we give our rating. I mean, level rating. I like the fact that this is going back to our theory that the other people that were dusted were in another dimension.
Yeah, I told you they wasn't.
I was
dead.
like, they wasn't dead. I was like,
what he did was split reality, so
Yeah.
they in a different realm. It's like it's gonna look like Earth, but it's like the
Yeah.
opposite.
because I was like, when they looked out, I was in there like, yo, like, there's no way they did. I remember saying that, like, they can't be dead, yo. Like,
I figured they wasn't dead.
yeah, I remember saying that shit. I was like, they not dead.
Wasn't there a theory that they was trapped in the Soul Stone?
It was a theory that trapped in a soul stone, or they could be trapped in another realm inside the quantum realm, where they're not stuck in a time warp type of thing, but they're in a land where the only way they could do it is if somebody snaps. That's the only way they could get out. Now we're seeing when Hulk did it, see how everything started coming back, you know, in motion. Like, you know, Hawkeye family come back. Ant-Man daughter, even though she survived, but you start seeing that family starting to come back. Everybody that's starting to become important starting to come back. So when Hulk did that and did the snap, he actually opened the time warp for Doctor Strange to get his opening to come back.
Okay.
So they was in another dimension. They were just waiting for somebody just to do
The snap again.
and get them more power. But it had to be somebody good.
Mm-hmm.
It had to be somebody that had the notion to bring them back. So
Nah, that final scene was dope. Like when they came out of nowhere, it looked like you saw.
because it's like Captain America's about to go against the
whole army. The next thing you know, they just came out of nowhere.
Yeah, Sam Wilson came through the walkie. Cap, can you hear me, Cap? They said no. Everybody start coming out the wall holes. So I'm kind of happy they brought some of the old characters back too.
Yes,
It would have been dope if they could bring the Ancient One and Vision back, but you know that would have been too much for the budget, I guess. But Ancient One kind of died, so I couldn't.
But technically, Vision is dead.
Yeah.
And you need the Mind Soul for Vision, and they had to take it.
Yeah, they had to take it off.
So there's no Vision solo.
Yeah.
They might can still do one.
They are doing a TV show prior to him getting the stone taken away from him, though.
Yeah,
him and Scarlet Witch.
I'm gonna
Which
say
was dope to see her come back too.
Yeah, I forgot Marvel having their own little.
Yeah, the Disney Plus with the Marvel.
Yeah, I keep forgetting they doing it.
Oh, there was a reason why they pulled.
That was the reason. That's why
of,
on Netflix. That was the reason because they was building their own platform. So makes sense. So what will be your score for Endgames?
No such thing as perfect movie.
Mm-hmm.
I still say like a 9.2.
I'm gonna say a 9 out of 10. I'm gonna give it we're gonna say 9.1. I give it an A-.
Yeah, I was like, you know,
wasn't perfect. There's no such thing.
it's no such thing as a perfect movie.
I would say the only thing that if I had to get the cons, probably was that little Nebula twist.
Yeah,
that was a little. It's like, and yeah,
little Age of Ultron-ish, like a little bit.
A little like rushed. It
Yeah.
felt rushed. Like they was like, well, we got to put Thanos in it, throw it in there.
Yeah.
Fuck it, they like it. That's pretty much how they was like.
Yeah, but I mean, overall,
I'm gonna give it a 9.1. Yeah. I'm gonna give it an A-. Wasn't the best Marvel film. Another con, the pace was a little.
For the first hour, it was slow.
That's
but
the
then
only thing.
After that, it was just...
It wasn't like Infinity War. That was
was
great pace throughout the whole movie. Like,
that was.
And the movie was fun, and you won't notice it's 3 hours. Just be careful of your liquid intakes.
For real.
I can't wait to see the uncut. I want to see
that
the
4 hour
joint. Yeah, the 4 hour. I want to see the uncut. What they cut.
And that might have more backstory.
Yeah.
But it by far top 3. Like I said, it's still
Top three?
Top 3 of Marvel Universe movies. I'm saying.
Top 3. Yeah, it's top 3, and it got what $1.2 billion.
Yeah.
It broke records.
They broke a record already, and that's over the weekend. That's not even like a month. Like this is.
It's probably gonna be number 1 for what? When's the next big movie?
Spider-Man. As far as Marvel, Spider-Man.
No, I'm talking about movies in general.
Maybe Godzilla.
Maybe. I don't think Godzilla count.
Ain't doing a 1.2.
Godzilla ain't doing a 1.2. Godzilla might do I mean,
It'll do a good number, but it is.
Oh, we can do a review of Godzilla too.
Yeah, I think we're doing John Wick, Aladdin, and
well, yeah,
Godzilla.
We got a busy month. April was pretty busy, to be honest.
Man, hell of a week. Whew.
Hell of a week. If you haven't watched Game of Thrones episode 3, I advise you after listening to this, go watch it.
Well, watch it.
Go watch it. Oh, we also doing a review on that, so guys,
look out for that.
That should be dropped like within 24 hours.
Yeah.
So,
but if you haven't seen Endgame, please do. Like it's literally
man, if you sit here and watch the review, I thought, man, ain't no
point. Ain't no point.
Our spoilers, we didn't go too deep into spoilers. We talked a little bit. We gave some.
Most of our spoilers was in the review. I mean, it was in the predictions.
Like 70% of it was right. We said it was. That's recap. We said it was a quantum realm.
Yep. We said Iron Man and Captain America more than likely would die.
Yeah. Captain America, technically the character died.
Yeah. We did say that time travel was gonna be a big part of it.
Time travel, which
the
they did. We also believe the people wasn't dead. They were just stuck in another reality. Yep.
And that was pretty much it.
We pretty much got like 70%. We didn't. Hawkeye. And I said Hawkeye was gonna die, but it was Black Widow. But I'm as close.
And Pepper as freaking rescue. I was happy as hell she was in that joint.
Yeah.
I was happy. I was like, yes, finally. Yeah. They put her in the suit.
Oh crap. We ain't talking about Captain Marvel.
Is there really anything to talk about? I'm not trying to sound biased about it.
I'm just a little disappointed.
I was about to say the same thing.
I'm disappointed in this movie. I expect more.
Yeah.
That's all.
Especially when they say she's the most powerful character in the MSU.
Outside of saving Tony,
Tony in the ending. Like
she really didn't come back to the end.
Yeah. Oh, not the beginning too. Let's not forget she did do a little bit in the beginning.
What she do?
When she went through, she was the first one that like ran through the house of Thanos and put him in the chokehold. Remember? But outside of that, she wasn't.
Thanos was done. He didn't even have the gauntlet.
Nah, him man was weak as shit though.
Did you see his burnt? Half his body was burnt.
He was done. Forget burnt. He was done. Like he wouldn't even.
Yeah.
He couldn't even walk. Like,
you miss the joke Thor did when he found him? He's like, I got him in the head. Like,
yeah,
you got the head joke.
Yeah. He's like, aim for the head. I got him in the head.
See, I blame Thor. Infinity Wars wouldn't happen if he just went aim for the head. Or Star-Lord. Someone being all emotional and shit. Oh my God, this dude.
Where is she?
He hit a J.R. Smith.
Yeah,
that's what he did. He hit a J.R. Smith.
They had the gauntlet in hand.
They was like this close to getting.
Yeah.
This close.
And he hit him.
Got all emotional.
Got emotional, bro. But he returned the favor after,
I think that's it. Do you want to talk about anything else?
I mean, the one thing I'll say one more thing, and then we could end it. I do like the fact that they had that personal relationship between Tony Stark and Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Like, it actually showed, like, a father-son type of...
Yeah, man, because he did, like, help him out.
Yeah.
He was showing him how to be a hero, then on his watch, he died. Like, that's his order, because he could probably...
Yeah, if I don't look like Aunt May ain't make it either. Truthfully.
Aunt May? Yeah. Did she die?
I don't think
we don't know. I don't know if she died.
But I know for sure half of that school didn't. So we talking about 5 years from here, like what I'm saying?
We were sort of close. I said 2 to 4 years. If it's 5 years,
I didn't think 5.
You saying like I'm like no, because in the trailer Ant-Man's daughter was like a teenager. That's how I was like, bro. She was like a little girl.
Didn't I say 5? I said 4 or 5 years. I think.
Nah, you said I thought you said like a year.
Yeah. I think
because I remember our first prediction.
It was 2 years. Yeah.
We was gonna say they was gonna kill Thanos the first half. Then the next is they're gonna figure it out. So technically, they did kill him in the first half.
But they didn't think it was gonna be 5 years later, though.
In my opinion, they sort of killed Thanos like a little bitch. He died like a little bitch, man.
He did.
I thought he was gonna fight or something. They was gonna do like a little.
He didn't even put up a fight.
He didn't put up a fight. It was like off with his head.
Mm-hmm.
It was like.
Hit your man with the Ned Stark.
They did a Game of Thrones Ned Stark style, like off with his head. All they needed was like a big chicken leg out there. Like Thor just did. Like,
all you missed was the body just dangling when his head got chopped off.
the knee. That's a Game of Thrones reference, but all right, I think that's it. Thanks for listening to our podcast or watching it, however you are. Yeah. Please like it, give us a 5-star ratings or a heart, share it amongst your friends.
Yeah, hit the bell.
Subscribe so you can get notifications. Yep. We will post weekly Game of Thrones, movie reviews, anything sports related. We doing it. Also, Two Mad Genius will premiere next week.
Yep.
On this channel where we discuss local
Yeah.
current events. It could be a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
We don't know how far it's gonna go. Peace and hair grease.
And peace. And make sure y'all check Endgame out, man. If y'all check it out twice, check it out twice. It's worth it. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's man.
They had to kill Tony.